Cause Comet is my boyfriend. Comet is a god. Comet is the breeze in my hair on my weekend. Comet's a relaxing thought. I'm envious that for you it's not. Sweet like honey. Comet is a cat. Purring in my lap cause it loves me. Flexing like a Vegas act group. Oh, my arm popped. Well, I guess we cut that one short, guys. Oh, my blanket's all messed up. And this isn't close enough to me. Everyone stop. I can't move it. I'm not strong enough. Who am I, boy genius? Not strong enough? Everyone, hold on. Okay. I gotta take these socks off. Ugh, they got sticky. And so now I'm just barefoot. The dogs are out, but it's okay. I have a blanket. Ooh. I'm in my PJs today because I feel like today is, or tonight, should we say, is kind of like the sleepover episode. I've always wanted to do this. Ever since I started the pod, I wanted to do a sleepover episode. Even though there's going to be no sleeping involved. Well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just want to do one. I don't know. I was feeling, how you say, froggy. Ribbit. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I was singing Taylor Swift. Guys, Taylor Swift is coming out with a new album. I know the news has been out for a few weeks, but I had the Valentine's Day episode come out when that news dropped, so this is the first time I'm able to talk about it. It's called The Tortured Poets Department. And I could not be more excited. My favorite album is Folklore, and I feel like a lot of the vibes, like the aesthetic of Folklore is kind of transferring onto the Tortured Poets Department. Although Folklore is alternative, this new one is listed as pop synth, which was the same as 1989. So is there going to be some like similar vibes there? I know they're not going to sound alike because none of Taylor's albums sound alike. They're all different in their own way. So I don't know. I'm really excited. Guess what? I got a new mug. My mom got me this little mug. It's of apple dumpling from Strawberry Shortcake because they think I'm like her. And you know what? I couldn't agree more. I'm the youngest one. I made myself some pumpkin spice coffee, so it's delicioso. But yeah, I am so unbelievably excited for this new album. I think it's really going to be some of her best work. And that's saying a lot because every album is absolutely amazing. Like, there's absolutely no skips. And I'm really excited. Hold on. I need to, like, blow my nose. Well, I guess I'm out of luck. Okay, then. Speaking of Taylor Swift, I saw her on the Eras Tour for my birthday. It was the day after my birthday when I turned 18. And it's really strange because the first concert I ever went to was Taylor Swift for the Reputation Tour, which was on the same day, the same day as the Eras Tour. So I went to my first concert for my 13th birthday when I was entering teenagehood, June 30th, 2018. 5 years later, to the day, Eras Tour, I turned 18, going into adulthood. Isn't that crazy? I think that's crazy. It's like so much of Taylor Swift's story like marks my life. And I think that's why I love her so much one of many reasons. But yeah, it's crazy. Like so much stuff that she releases, like comes out with, the things she does lines up with like very pivotal moments in my life. And I can just relate to her. I love Taylor Swift. This is a Taylor Swift stand podcast. It is. Bottom line, like at its core, that's what this podcast is. If a bus was coming, Taylor Swift could be literally not even near, and I'd be like, do you need me to jump in front of this bus for you? You give me the okay, and I'll do it. I love her. I would die for her. Truly. And you might be saying, Beth, that's crazy. Well, you're not wrong, but that's who I am. That's who I am at my core. Just a girl who is obsessed with Taylor Swift, like many. I did my makeup so cute today. Oh, I got some new makeup I'm very excited about. You know, something I've actually been wanting to do on the podcast is like to come here like bare face and do my makeup while I talk. But the only problem is that would only, if even, be interesting to like people who watch, which by the way, most of the people who listen to the podcast watch it on YouTube. That's where like 99% of the views come from or listens. But I don't know. I like think maybe 2 people listen on Spotify, but I don't know. I put it on there for like absolutely no reason. I think honestly, I only put it on Spotify just to be like, I have a podcast on Spotify. Just to say it. Not because people actually listen on there. But yeah. I always listen to podcasts on YouTube. Like I watch it. I like to watch people talk. So that's why I opted to do it this way. And also, come on, you can't argue with the set. I kind of ate this up. Speaking of, recently I had someone recognize me in public, which actually happens more often than you think, over the podcast. And they're like, "Hey, where's your set at? Like, where's it at? Like, I would love to just go and like record something." And I had to unfortunately break the news. The set's in my garage, guys. I made this myself. This isn't a public area. It's in my house. So yeah, I mean, you can't argue with the facts. I did amazing decorating this place. Like, come on. I had a vision in my head, and my mom was like, "You don't, hey, say less. I got you." And my mom and I, like, basically together curated this place. Well, she did the couch. I found everything else. Most of it's on the walls from Peddler's Mall, which that is a friggin' different story. I love Peddler's Mall. I'm saying nothing that's on the list to talk about. I'm just honestly going to the beat of my own drum. I love Peddler's Mall. I love Peddler's Mall like it's my lifeline. I was there today. I went today. I had no plans to go. I ended up there. It's crazy. It's crazy. We finished each other's sandwiches. What? That's what I was gonna say. I never met someone who thinks so much like me. Jinx! Jinx again! I've had people ask me if I am okay mentally recently, and I always say yes, but now I'm like really like seeing myself through y'all's eyes in this moment, and maybe the answer is no. Anyway, I got some new makeup. I got Dior blush. I have been wanting it for so long. It trended on TikTok maybe like a year ago, maybe less than that. It's the pink one that's like bubblegum pink. I bought that today, and I tried it out, guys. I look amazing. I bought that, and I bought 3 lip liners. That was a story in itself. I bought like 2 really, really, really cheap Sephora brand lip liners because the color of them, like on the outside, like wood part, looked amazing. And I was like, yes, I'm buying them. And I didn't get to see the actual color of them because they were wrapped up, but I trusted Sephora. And I bought them. They were like $6 a pop, and they were minis. So honestly, for what they were, that was kind of an overcharge, but that's fine. I get to the car and I open them. I'm so excited. And I'm with my dad. I'm like, "Daddy, I am so excited to open these lip liners and try them out." I open them. They are not the color that they have on the outside. Hey, couldn't be more different. Hey, maybe it's not the same thing at all. And I'm bummed because really the only reason I went to go like shopping for makeup was because I was really on the lookout for lip liner, and it was just not what I wanted, and I was bummed. I was bummed. And my dad, I felt bad, so he took me back to Sephora for like another, like a different Sephora, and I got like a one size lip liner that's really really nice. I really like it. I like one size. Speaking of one size, see this, my brain's going in a really weird way. I don't have to explain it. Toot the boot. Toot the boot. Do we know what that is, RuPaul? Toot the boot. I love drag queens. My favorite drag queen, it's hard to say. I mean, obviously, I love Trixie Mattel. That's how I got into the whole thing. Love Trixie Mattel. Love Katya. Like, they're my people. I was watching Trixie a little bit ago, actually. I love them. I also love Alyssa Edwards. Who else? I love so many guys. Of course, I love Bob. Hold on, my computer's going out again. Ugh. As it always does, every single episode. I love so many. I really do like Alyssa Edwards though, and Trixie. My dad said, I think I may have said this in an episode before, but I'm gonna say it again. My dad said if I don't have a boyfriend by the time I graduate college, which it's really looking that way, then he's gonna take me to the Trixie Motel. I don't know why me having a boyfriend really has anything to do with it, but that's what he said. And it really is looking that way. So honestly, consider it done. I'm going to Trixie Motel when I graduate college. Very excited. I'm pretty sure she's doing another one in Milwaukee, where she's from, which is very exciting. I think is that closer to where I live. Well, I know the other one's in, I think Palm Springs or something. I think that's closer to me. I'm gonna be real. I never had a geography class on a day in my life, so I really don't know. Which is crazy. You know, I was on the academic team for like 5 years. In 1 year, it may have been 2 years, I tested every single subject. They worked me like a dog. Worked me like a dog, woof woof. Yeah. I tested in every single thing. And it makes absolutely no sense because I can't do math, can't do science. I literally can do no subject except language arts. But because I was like being goofy when I like did the tryouts and stuff, I went into every subject. I was like, I'll take the test. Let's just see what I do. Of course I'm gonna fail. I passed every single test, and then the rest of the time I was in it, they made me test in every subject. Bad idea. Bad idea. If you're a fellow academic team member, stick to one. There's no need to be a show off. You're already on the academic team. Just saying that alone, you're already like, people think you're better than them. So there's no need to like venture out and do every single subject because it just ends in you wanting to kick the bucket. That's what it really comes down to. I have not talked about a single thing on the list. Why do I even create the dockets anymore? We don't know. Apple dumpling. Let's get into my celebrity crush of the week. This celebrity crush of the week is actually very special to me in my heart. The celebrity crush of the week is Tom Holland. Now, this is, very near and dear to my little heart because Tom Holland was like my first like official celebrity crush. Like I was 14, COVID had just hit. I was really just left to my own devices. And who was there for me? No one but Tom Holland. And I was like, oh my god. Saying I'm in love with him was not it wouldn't be enough to describe how I was at 14. It was like, okay, this was the plan. Okay, become an actor. Get audition, get in movies. Get in a movie with him. Make him fall in love with me. We live happily ever after. That was the plan. I was like going to do it. I was like, hey, I'm going to make it happen. And since then, the crush did not fade, but I am more contained. But yeah, he was like one of my first like real celebrity crushes. And I love him. I love who he is. And I love what he does. He does a lot of philanthropy. He just like, I feel like, I know it's like you really don't know what celebrities like in their personal life, but I do feel like in my heart, like he's good. He's a good person. Like his heart is like pure. I really believe that about him. But I just love him. But I mean, as much as I am in love with him, I am so glad he's with Zendaya. They're like so cute. I love them together. Like both of them are so fun and amazing and beautiful and just all around amazing. Love them together. If I always said if it's not me, at least it's her. But yeah, I love Tom Holland. I of course have seen all his Spider-Man movies. I have only seen his Spider-Man movies. I haven't seen any of the other Spider-Man movies. I don't know what you want from me. What else? I saw there's this one movie. I think it's called This Is My Life Now or something. It's with Saoirse Ronan's in it. And I watched that because he was in it. Oh my god. That's not the movie to watch. If you're watching that movie because Tom Holland's in it, don't watch that movie. Oh, hit the mic. Just don't watch that movie. I don't want to give away spoilers, but that one, might kill ya. It might kill you. I was 14 and I did not feel good about it. But yeah, this week's celebrity crush was Tom Holland. And that's the end of that segment, guys. And yeah, the segues are not going to get better. I know in the first episode I said, hey, I'm going to get better. I just want to let you guys know it's not. And that's just how my mind operates. There's literally nothing I can do about it. I have tried. I did not succeed. Anyway, next one, asking guys out. As we know, because I say it probably every episode 10 times, I've never had a boyfriend. um, but I have asked guys out before, and I've actually asked guys out a few times. It has never worked. People are all the time like, Beth, you don't have a boyfriend because you never make the move first. You have to go after what you want. Hey, I have. So if you could actually just do me like a real quick favor, please shut up. You do not understand. It's always people who are already in love. It's always the people who are happy in a relationship that are like, Beth, you just need to do this and then that. What if you just shot me dead instead? Was that a bar? Shot me dead instead. I'm barefoot. My little toes. My grandma made me this blanket. My grandma on my mom's side, my mom's mom, she made this for me. She was a quilter. I don't know if that's the correct term for it, but she made quilts and she like sold them. The most beautiful quilts. This is one she just like made for me, so it has like the cute kids pattern. I was like 8 maybe when she made it for me. It has my name on it. I got period blood on it, so it is bleached there. Whoops. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, asking guys out. I wrote this on here because I actually have a story. When I was gonna say, like, when I was in my freshman year of high school, that's not what happened. It was actually a few months ago. A few months ago, it was like right when the school year started, right when I just started college. There was this guy who I met. He might even see this, and that's fine. I don't think he likes me anyway. But there was this guy I met. He was like the first person I met who was like in my major. I'm letting out too much information. But I was like, this is the guy I'm gonna marry. It wasn't. He actually does not like me at all. But I had a little crush on him, and I was like, you know what? I only talk to him on Instagram through DMs. That's the only way I've talked to him. I really don't know much about him, and I do like him. I wasn't actually in love with him. That was a joke. I have to like preface it now because I'm scared he's gonna see it. But I was like, I have a crush on him. You know what? I'm gonna bite the friggin' bullet. I'm gonna ask him out. And so I texted him. I got his number. I asked him for his number, and he was like, "Hey, yeah." So I texted him, and I was like, "Hey, I just do you ever like want to go study or something? Like, just hang out, study, get to know each other a little better because we've only just talked on Instagram, and I just don't know you that well. I have barely spoke to you in person." And he left me on red. Oh, I'm feeling so good about it. I asked him out, and he left me on red. 2 weeks later, asked me for help on his homework. Ooh, that was like, the real trenches. That was trench warfare, if you ask me. That was like he threw a grenade in my little biome, and it did blow up. He asked me for help on homework, and because I was like, I cannot believe he did this, I was like so hurt and angry. So of course, I helped him, right? Of course I helped him. I did help him with his homework. And I just never mentioned it again, and I kind of stopped talking to him. But even like when I see him outside, even now, I don't think he likes me at all. I've talked to my friends about it, and they're like, he's just that way. And I'm like, but is he? I don't know if he is, because you guys actually are doing great. You guys are actually getting along so well. Me on the other hand, it's not going 100%. We're in the negatives on that actually. So I think it's actually I think the problem's me. I think the problem, did my computer turn off? Ooh. We're fine. We're 20 minutes into this. God, I am on the 3rd bullet point, and there's 3 more. I spit everywhere. Guys, it's getting crazy. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was still talking about this guy. But yeah, I don't know what that is about. I don't know what that is about. That is a situation though, and I'm sure it's gonna come to a head and blow up in my face, like most things do. But yeah, not the first time I've asked a guy out. In the last episode, I didn't ask the guy out. The guy who led me on or whatever. I named him Benny. If I'm talking about a guy, his name's gonna be Benny, maybe. Maybe his name's gonna be Benny. But yeah, I asked him out. Well, not really, but I said I liked him. Left on red. When I was in middle school, I asked this guy out. Left on red as well. Every guy I've asked out, I have been left on red. I don't know if I've ever asked a guy out in person though. But considering how things are going in that department, I feel like it's just kind of gonna blow up in my face too. So maybe I should just chill it. Speaking of, I found out, I kind of did find out the way to my heart for a guy. Like, if a guy does this, I'm automatically in love with him. If they compliment my podcast, and it's happened, I'm like, oh, so you're in love with me and we should get married? Okay. No, yeah. If he compliments the podcast, I'm like, oh my God, I'm in love with this man. Woo! Kid you not. And it's happened, and now I'm like rapidly posting on my story, waiting for him to watch it. So we're in that stage right now. Posting a lot just to see if he'll watch it. We're there. It's not going really well at the moment, considering he hasn't watched it in like 2 days. Waiting for you. Man, I'm recording this. I am crazy. Whew. Oh, we are just finding things out. This is like therapy. This is like your therapist being like, here's the problem, and I'm not going to give you the tools to fix it. That's the worst. Hey, this is the worst. This is the worst. This is supposed to be me being like, oh, people treat me so bad, and I'm like rising above it. But this is like, people treat me bad, and there's a reason why, and it's me. I'm the problem. Oh, God. I'm the anti-hero. Not to bring it back to Taylor Swift, but yeah, definitely bringing it back to her because she's an icon queen. Oh God, I said that. See, now that was an ick. Icon queen? Whew. I need to like really just take a chill pill. Oh, the things I'm saying are just getting worse. Anyway, Taylor's an icon. I am the anti-hero. Sorry, I was like, am I saying anti-hero right? It must be exhausting always rooting for the anti-hero. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm doing it right. I recently dropped a class. Yeah, I dropped a class. I was taking a photography class. It had nothing to do with my major. I'm a broadcasting major. So you think maybe it would be, but it's actually not. I don't need the class. It didn't even really count as an elective. Or no, it was a free elective. But I did not need the class for my major whatsoever. I wanted to take it purely for fun because I am actually a photographer, if you didn't know that. I have had a paid gig. Yeah, so I'm like a professional. Kid you not. It sounds like a joke. I'm for once not joking. But yeah, I'm a photographer. It sounds weird to say, God, ooh, ugh. But so I love photography. It's one of my favorite things to do. If you go to my sister's Instagram, which I know we didn't even say it last episode, if you just stumble on it yourself, all of her like photos that like look professional, that isn't like a selfie, I took those. Going all the way back to like 2018. I took those and I've just gotten better. Love photography. Like really it is a passion. It's not, I don't think it'd be something I want to make a job unless I'm poor, then we'll make it a job. But I do love it. And so I wanted to take this class because everything I have done photography wise has been self-taught. And so I really want to take this class. I was like, maybe I can learn some skills that could really help me. And I was really looking forward to it. Like, you could ask my mom. Every time she asked me what class I was most excited for leading up to the new semester, I was like, my photography class. And I had read some reviews about the teacher, and they were kind of iffy. And when I mean iffy, I mean they were really bad. But I was like, it's okay. She's probably just mean because she's trying to help you. And I was like, it's okay if she's like kind of mean because I truly want to better myself and gain skills to become a better photographer because I love to do it. Hey, didn't last 3 weeks in that class. she did something I was not okay with that really bothered me to the point where I was just like, hey, it's not worth it. And that being that she berated me in front of my entire class. Yeah, me solely. Just me. No one else, which I thought was really interesting. In front of everybody. And I sat in front of the class, so it was really everyone was in watching. So I'm not really even going to explain just what I was trying to do. Well, I guess I will. Why hold back? We're already here. I we had an assignment to like take photos of the same scene. So like take a picture of a tree, take a picture of this tree when it's sunny, when it's hazy out, when it's foggy, and when it's dark, but dark with light and dark without light. Like do 4 of those, and with each photo, take it at a different exposure. And so you'd have like 5 photos at a different exposure of the tree in sunlight, 5 photos of the tree, different exposures when it's foggy, so on and so forth. And when this assignment was assigned, the weather could not have been worse. It could not have been worse. Every single day was rainy and the sun was never out. Like it was bad. And having a sun photo was a requirement. And so I emailed her multiple times asking for tips. What should I do? How can I overcome this? Do you have any tips or tricks to help? Is there anything I can do? And she just was like, blew me off. She blew me off with every email. And I get to class. Of course, I really don't have the photos I need. They're not very good. And she just got up to my computer and she's like, why do you have all of that? Why did you open all of these photos? Why did you open the wrong files? These photos aren't good. I told you to choose one photo. And I was like, I'm sorry, I was just trying. She's like, no, this photo's too bright. Why do you have such a bright photo? I'm like, I don't know. And she like would not get off my back about it. And she's like, why do you have a sun photo? I told you that we would discuss that in class. And I was like, I literally was just like, look, I'm trying my best. And she was just like, I just don't know why you did that. And so I waited till she gave us like a little 5-minute break, went out in the hall, called my mom, and I was just like, hey, I'm dropping this class. And she was just like, okay. If that's what you want to do, I'm completely in support because that's just how my mom is. That's how both my parents are. I told them what happened, and they're like, yeah, no, that was wrong. She should not have done that. It was way worse than what I'm even leading on. And I was like, I'm gonna drop out. And I actually, when I went back to class, I just got my stuff and left. I didn't even like sit out the rest of the class. And then my teacher was like, are you leaving us? And I said, I have a family thing. And I left, never returned, and I dropped the class. So yeah, I'm really, really sick of, oh my god, my time's almost out. I have to start a new recording. I'm really sick of people walking all over me. It happens way too often. I got everyone stop. That should do it. But yeah, I think I gotta move the mic. Everyone stop. Okay, there we go. I think I am I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I know I'm a very sweet person, regardless of what I say on the podcast. In person, I'm like very kind. At least that's what I think. And it does cause a lot of people to take advantage of me. I have been taken advantage of just like my whole life. People really do walk all over me, treat me like dirt, and that's why I have such good content for the podcast. But like my entire life, people have really walked all over me and just treated me really bad and gone out of their way to humiliate me and make me feel less than. And even though this is her like berating me in front of my entire class is not the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I've had a lot worse said to me by better. But it just, I don't know. I guess the lid got the lid. Everyone stop. I guess my bucket got full and I just was not taking it and I dropped the class. Never done that before. I probably will have a withdrawal on my transcript, which does bother me a little bit. But you know what? If I have a withdrawal on my transcript, but I got out of a horrible situation because I was sick of being taken advantage of and being made to feel like I wasn't good enough, then you know what? Then I'll just take the W, which stands for withdraw. In this case, it doesn't stand for win. But you know what? It is a common Beth W. I wish I could talk in a way that was cool. I wish I could talk in a way that was really relevant to people of my age. But I don't, and that's fine. But yeah, I dropped the class. And I'll tell you this much, I actually have zero regrets. I haven't been happier. I'm taking 4 classes. It's actually so weird that I was able to drop it because if I had not last minute signed up for a business class, I would not have been able to drop it. I would have been forced to go through with it because I wouldn't have had enough hours. But last minute, I decided to minor in business. And I'm taking this business class. And by God's way, I was able to drop that class and have enough hours still. So I'm very lucky. So now I'm taking 4 classes this semester. It's going really well. Like the workload, my family would disagree, but the workload for me is pretty okay. To them, I'm literally always doing homework, which is true. But honestly, it's better than high school, which I feel like I had less work in high school, but it's just different in college for me and at the moment. I'm sure it'll get worse. But for some reason in high school, I was so stressed out over my schoolwork. But now, I mean, of course, I'm still overly stressed out than an average human, but like not as much as I was in high school, which is really weird. But we're grateful for it. I don't know which one to hold. I can't hold either of them because I feel like if I hold Snoopy and not Cookie Monster would feel bad. And I feel like if I hold Cookie Monster, not Snoopy, then Snoopy would feel bad. I see now, that's not even a joke. Oh, I am finding things out about myself today, and I'm thinking I'm not okay. Well, you know, you can only do what you can. Speaking of my business class. Wait, what? No, I wasn't going to talk about my business class at all. I was just going to talk about my classes in general. Sorry, it got jumbled up here. But you know group work? Ooh. One of my classes is like heavily dependent on group work. Like my teacher loves to do group work. In fact, most of my classes are like that. But one class specifically, or you know what? Let's just round them all up and just generalize it. A lot of my classes require group work, and it really isn't meshing with me. It is really cramping my style. Because, 1, I think everyone's out to get me. 2, I think no one likes me. And 3, I have pretty bad anxiety. Which I'm sure explains the last 2 things I listed off. But yeah, it's not going well. And every time we have to get into a group, I'm freaking out. But luckily, like in one of my classes, I have a designated partner. Or like an unspoken, but like it's there. Like we just group up together. We're both shy. We're just like, we group up. On this day, she wasn't there. And then my teacher was like, okay, let's do a group activity. We're gonna go get into groups. Oh my god, see, my heart starts racing. And then she goes, do you want to choose groups or do you want to get assigned? Okay. Most people would love to choose groups because then you can get with your friend. Now, sure, other people are in my boat often and are like, if I have to choose my group, I might have to go missing. I'm gonna have to go missing. I need to be assigned to a group because I don't know these people. They don't know me. And what they do know about me, I don't think they like. A lot of them look at me kind of funny. A lot of them treat me a little weird. And I know they don't want what's going on here. And so if I have to ask someone to be in their group, oh my god, that's like the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And it was like my teacher saw the fear in my eyes. She saw like the floodgates were about to be let loose. I was about to sob. And she was like, you know what? She did me such a solid. She goes, I'll assign groups. I'll number you off. It was as if she read my mind. Like, we connected on such a level. She knew. Like, I looked her down the eyes. It was a puppy dog asking for help. I was like, and she saw me. She saw me. Not like she saw me. She saw me. And I've never experienced that ever before. And you know what? Now she's like my best friend. I've spoken to her once. Hey, I've spoken to her once, and you know what? She's my lifeline. Yeah, but group work is really not me. It's not Beth. Group work does not have Beth written all over it, and it's a constant struggle because most of my classes require it, and it's not going, how you say, well. Sorry, my heart stopped for a second because I was like, did I have a discussion board I didn't do? I didn't. I had a discussion board due a few weeks ago. I worked my butt off. It was for my art class. I was like, I wrote like the best piece ever. But keep in mind, art is subjective, right? Art is subjective. So what can you really say when it's like really just there was no question to be answered. It was just talk about an art piece that symbolizes power. That was what it was. And so I did that. Tell me why I got like a 42 out of 50. Miss Art Teacher, what do you mean? I love art, but if you give me a bad grade in art, I'm like, I hate art. Art is meaningless. It has no purpose. Art is so important. But if I get a bad grade in it, I'm like, see, now there's no point in art. It's like stupid. Like, I don't see why. But yeah, I can't take that. I cannot take that. And I'm still upset about it. I don't know what to do about it. I want to email her and be like, what do you mean? Even though she gave me feedback, she was like, you didn't explain enough. I was like, what is this? Oh, that launched a little farther than I anticipated. Anyway, but yeah, it's not going well. It's not going well at all. Anyway, next subject. This is my last subject. Ooh, this is gonna be a shorter episode. Shorter than last week's episode, my god. I have the name of the person written on the board, but I can't say their name. They might see it. When I was in elementary school, I, of course, struggled with friends. Nothing has ever changed, yada, yada, yada. But I was able to make a friend, and it was a very big deal for me. I actually met them in Speak of the Friggin' Devil art class. So that was interesting. If this turns off again, it's actually going to go down. It will turn off again, and it's going to have to go down. But yeah, I met her in art class, and I think we actually started being friends because of Taylor Swift, which is really interesting. I should have known it was bad news because I was like, we're bonding over Taylor Swift. This is going to end in me needing Taylor Swift. So, and it did. Oh, well, hello. But yeah, we were friends in 3rd grade all the way up to 6th grade. So 3 years, give or take. Oh. But we were friends in 3rd grade. That's when the friendship started. And she did not treat me well, maybe at all, which is really interesting, I think. And I remember I would like save a seat for her at lunch, and she would like walk by like, I'd be like, hey, I got you a seat. And she'd be like, sorry. And not sit with me and sit with the popular kids, which by the way, she wasn't popular. She just really wanted to be. And so she would always like slight me and try to become popular. And I was not popular. I've never been. And so she would like treat me bad in order to get popular. And I just want to say, I know where she's at now. It never happened. But it ended up, well, it didn't end for another 3 years, but in my 3rd grade year, she wrote me a letter. She wrote me a letter, and it actually, I think it really traumatized me. and I don't use that word lightly. I think it actually traumatized me with making friends. She wrote me a letter saying she did not want to be my friend anymore because we would be in different classes when we got to like high school. So we should end it now before we're heartbroken when we're literally 14 going into high school. And I was 8, so I was just heartbroken that she did not want to be my friend anymore. And I remember like my 3rd grade teacher, who also didn't like me, but she was like, "Are you okay, Beth?" And I had the note as if I was like sliding over money for like a gang deal. I was like, I slid over the note and she read it and she was like, "Oh God." And I ended up getting her in trouble. That girl, my friend, if you're listening, I'm using the little finger thingies when you're like being sarcastic. Okay, hold on. Take a moment, go back. She wasn't my real friend, but I got her in trouble. She had to move her clip down. LU. But then I was like, I tried to forgive her, but I never really did. I really didn't, because she really messed me up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, she kind of really messed me up with that. Because I didn't do anything. She just really wanted to be popular, which I did too. I wanted to be popular too, like every kid did. If you weren't popular, you wanted to be. Most people do. That's like just the thing. But the difference is I didn't wrong people and treat people bad in order to get popular. I just was like, well, I'd like to be, and left it up to God. She did not. She just did not treat me very well at all. But I ended up staying friends with her for like 3 years, and she just continued to do me wrong, like at every turn. And I remember for her birthday one year, I got her a dress. It was like, for the time, I mean, now it would look like outdated, but for the time, it was such a beautiful dress, like just a little day dress that you could like wear to school. It was gorgeous. It had like a little like lace on the sleeves, and then it would like go into the floral all around. It was so so cute, and it came from the store where all the popular girls shopped. And I remember she pulled it out and she hated it. She was like, "Thanks." She hated it. She was so ungrateful. She was so mean. Now thinking about it, she was so mean. But yeah, she treated me really, really bad. And it really messed me up making friends because I was like, well, every person I become friends with. So I'm trying to fix the Afghan behind me. She just really messed me up. I really had trouble making friends after that. Like, as if I didn't before, I really did now. And I still do. Because I think in the back of my mind, I always think, oh, they're just going to leave me and do me dirty. Which they typically do. But, maybe that's just self-fulfilling prophecy. But yeah, it's okay though, because now she has like a tattoo that really resembles a penis. Unfortunate, right? Crazy stuff. But yeah, I've had a really hard time making friends, and I still do. I think I finally got friends. I think they might watch this. Hi guys. But I'm so scared. I'm so scared because I feel like I'm just a background character in their life, and I'm not like they're like. I feel like I'm just like just above acquaintance, and I don't want that. I want to like actually have friends. That I could like go eat lunch with or something. But as of right now, I don't. But I think maybe I can get to that point. But I'm really scared. I'm really trying to be like a friend. Like I'm trying to do the things like a real friend would do, to get to the point of like going out with them or something. But it's really scary. People don't talk about that much. The people just talk about the fact that like making friends is scary, but like being able to stay friends with someone is really scary too. Because I don't want to do something that would like turn them off, like make them not like me anymore. Because my entire life, that's all that's ever happened. I've never been able to keep a friend. And it's just, I don't know. I guess it's just like a lot of traumatic experiences of having friends from my past still really haunt me, especially when like all of my bullies in my life started out friends. All of my enemies started out friends. God, I really do relate to Taylor. See, this is why I love her. And when I'm going through like spirals like this, I can always turn to her. But yeah, I'm really trying to keep my friends that I have now. Um, and I think they said, well, one of them said that they like talk about me with their friends, but they're like not in a bad way. We just like talk about how we have like class with you and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, like they talk about me outside of like me being there. So like maybe I'm not just like a background character in their life. But then on the other side of it, I'm like, maybe he's just saying that. Maybe he's just saying that because he actually does talk bad about me and it accidentally slipped. But I know that's not the case because I know that like they're all good people. Like I know in my heart that they're good people and they wouldn't do that. But like it's like, see, I'm spiraling right now. I want like I'm a person I really want friends. I really do. And if that makes me like a pick me or like needy and cringy, then so be it. But yeah, I want friends. I want to have like relationships with people that last longer than like a few months. I don't want to have to go to class and being like, well, I don't like them anymore because they did this to me. I'm so sick of that because that's always the case. That's always what happens. I just want to have friends. And I'm literally doing everything in my power to like make it go well. I even thought about getting them Valentine's Day gifts, but it turns out I had no money in my account, so then I couldn't do that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not getting them a gift, so now they're not gonna like me. But it's like that's not what friendship is. You can't buy someone's like love and affection or whatever. It's a whole thing. But yeah, let's just say this. If you're out there watching this and you're having a really hard time making friends or keeping friends, hey, I'm right there with you. No one gets it better than I do. Babe, nobody gets it better than I do. I am in the same boat. Hey, mama's steering the ship. But yeah, it's hard. It is really hard. But even though I'm struggling with it right now, I know like there's a clear answer in my head that like everything's gonna be okay. You know, I have my family. I have my sister who truly is my best friend. I have my friend Maria. Hi, Maria. Which, by the way, that's a friend I have kept. Hi, Maria. So that feels good. You know, I do have people in my life that I still got, and I really just need to appreciate them and their love. But yeah, I think it's natural to want people to like you and want to have like as many friends as possible and be able to go out and do stuff. I see like people all the time, even them, because they have their own friend group. They go out to like do cool stuff with one another and just do all this fun stuff. And I have never got to do that. You know, I took one of them to Walmart this when the school year started. I drove them there, almost killed us both, but we got there and we didn't die. But I was like, I've never done this. Like to me, it was the coolest thing ever because I've never had a friend to go like to the store with and like just get groceries, like what normal people do. I've never done that. And I even said it, I was like, I've never like done something like this before. This is so cool. And they did not get it. Yeah, it turned off again. We all know. But I was like so excited to get to do something like that. And they're just like, what? We're literally at Walmart. What do you mean? But yeah, making friends is hard. I think a lot of people make it look easy, especially in like TV shows. There are not enough TV shows that are just like making friends is hard. Because instead, you just have shows like Friends when they're all already friends and they're all likable and none of them are like me. It's all crazy, but I guess maybe I should wrap up before this episode's an hour long. But yeah, to leave it on a happy note, uh, here's what I want. I want to win a Peabody for this podcast. Let's make it happen, guys. And also, I'm still waiting on the edits of me. That wasn't a joke. That's something I actually want. And you can edit me to literally any happy song or sexy song. I wouldn't edit me to a song that makes me like feel bad. Use your judgment. Maybe don't bully me. That I've been getting a lot of that lately. Oh, here's something I forgot to talk about before we leave. I don't have Snapchat anymore. Right? Awesome. Yeah, I was getting bullied too much on there and too much harassment. It's just not the place. And I said this on my Instagram, but I don't have Snapchat anymore. And I'm not famous, but I'm just going to say this. If anyone is saying to be me on Snapchat, no, it's not me because I don't have Snapchat. I know I'm not like Taylor Swift and people aren't pretending to be me, but I want to get ahead of it before it does happen. I don't have Snapchat and I have no intention of getting it again. And if I do, I will let you know. But I have Instagram, Bethany underscore Haven, Twitter, Bethany underscore Haven underscore. Didn't friggin' know that. Last episode I said it wrong. I have Tumblr, Bethany Dash Haven. Of course, I have the YouTube channel, Bethany underscore Haven as well. You can just look up the Buzz with Beth. Oh my god! I found out when you look up the Buzz with Beth, I'm the first thing to pop up. Isn't that cool? I think it's pretty cool. I just hit 50 subscribers on here. Here's a story. I just hit 50 subscribers on YouTube and I was on the toilet when I found out and I was like so excited. I stood up to wipe my tail and I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my god, I hit 50 subscribers." Put my phone on the side. It slid into the toilet. My phone slid into the toilet and so that kind of marked the end of my celebration, but just know, very grateful for the 50. I know it's not like Mr. Beast over here, but for me, it's a lot. So I'm really, really excited about that. And thank you so, 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 so much. Very exciting stuff. Anyway, I mean, I guess that's it. Oh my God. But I love you guys so, so, so much. I'm your host, Bethany Haven. I didn't say it at the start of this because I always forget. And this has been The Buzz with Beth. I love you so much and keep buzzing. I never used the word buzz like I intended to when I started this podcast, but yeah, keep buzzing. And I want to get famous so I can create merch. Bye!